What is up, Cradix? In this video, I'm going to be discussing the top 10 fastest vehicles in GTA Online in 2024 in terms of top speed. Now, to clarify, HSW cars will be included in this list, which is currently only available on current-gen consoles, which is PS5 and Xbox Series X/S. If you are on old-gen, which is PS4, Xbox One, or PC, I did make a separate video last year where HSW is not included, and that list is still up to date, and I'll leave that link down below in the pinned comment. Also to mention, aircraft will not be included in this list, and obviously top speeds vary based on road bumps, curbs, wheeling on certain motorcycles, etc. However, these top speeds are chosen based on Broughy 1322's accurate top speed testing in a controlled environment for every single fully upgraded vehicle, which is honestly the best way to accurately compare these top speeds. I'll leave a link to his channel down below if you haven't subscribed to him, and you really should sub to him. He is undoubtedly the king of car testing for GTA by far. Also, for those of you who don't know, the speedometers in first person are not accurate, as some cars say you're going 120 miles per hour, and then others will say you're going 220 miles per hour, and the car's actually going the same speed. So the only one that's relatively close is actually the digital ones, if you want a closer reference, but in general, the first person speedometers are not exact, so keep that in mind. But anyways, let's get into it. Starting off with number 10, we have the Devest 8 with the HSW upgrade. So the base Devest 8 costs about 1.8 million, and then the HSW upgrade on top is about 1.1 million, so that totals about 2.9 million for the base price of this car. It has a very impressive top speed of 151 miles per hour, and it makes it the best supercar to use on tracks that are a bit more top speed intensive. Moving on to number 9, we have the Entity MT with the HSW upgrade. So the base price of the Entity MT is about 2.3 million, plus the base price of the HSW upgrade, which is about 850,000. That makes it about a $3.2 million car, which is crazy expensive. This one has a top speed of 151.25 miles per hour. However, do bear in mind that the Entity MT currently has the slow handling flags, which makes it go slower over bumps. So if you add any bumps to the surface you're driving on, that speed's going to reduce dramatically. So overall, not the best car to use for racing or anything like that. Continuing to number 8, we have the Turismo Classic with the HSW upgrade. So the base Turismo Classic costs about 700,000, and then the HSW upgrade on top is about 900,000. So that totals about 1.6 million for the base price of this car. This car has a very impressive top speed of 151.5 miles per hour, which is extremely quick for a classic car. Now, the HSW Turismo Classic not only has a great top speed, but it's also one of the best cars in the class for track performance, which means it's not just a straight line car. Next up, on to number 7, we have the Banshee with the HSW upgrade. So the base Banshee costs about 100,000, and the HSW upgrade is a crazy $1.8 million, which totals over 1.9 million for a sports car, which is just insane. However, its performance is also insane, having a top speed of 152.75 miles per hour, which is crazy for an old OG sports car that you would never expect to be that fast, but that's the power of HSW. Moving on to number 6, we have the Sterling GT with the HSW upgrade. So this one used to be available for Legendary Motorsport website with a base price of just under $1 million, and the HSW upgrade for it cost about 900,000. So sadly, it was a removed website car. However, at the time of this recording, it is currently in the Simeon dealership available for purchase, so make sure to grab it while you can. If not, I'll leave a video link down below explaining how to get removed website cars. But anyways, the HSW Sterling GT not only has a very impressive top speed of 156.25 miles per hour, but it also has incredible handling considering it's a classic car, and an incredible exhaust note as well. Plus, it's one of the fastest cars in the class for track performance as well. Continuing to number 5, we have the Karin S95 with the HSW upgrade. So the base price of this one is just under 2 million, and the HSW upgrade on top is about 500,000. So that totals about 2.5 million for this car, which seems pretty crazy, but the top speed of this car is a very impressive 156.5 miles per hour, which is extremely quick for a pretty average looking sports car. I always find it funny seeing a Toyota 86/Subaru BRZ being one of the top 5 fastest cars in the game, just crazy. Next up, on to number 4, we have the Hakuchou drag with the HSW upgrade. So the base price of this bike is just under $1 million, and then we have the HSW upgrade on top, which is about $1.4 million. So you're in this bike for about $2.4 million, which seems like a lot for a motorcycle, but this bike not only has a crazy top speed of 157.5 miles per hour, but it's also the best vehicle in the entire game for track performance. It basically takes off like a rocket-powered vehicle out of corners. It's just insane the acceleration and the top speed this thing has, plus the handling, which is above average compared to most bikes. It's not the best handling out of all the bikes, but it's still pretty good. Moving on to number 3, we have the Vigero ZX/ZX convertible with the HSW upgrade. So I did put these two into one since they basically have identical performance and they're very, very similar for the most part. So the base price of the coupe is just under $2 million, and then the HSW upgrade on top is $550,000, and then the convertible variant is just under $2.3 million, and the HSW upgrade costs the same, so $550,000. So you're about $2.5 million in for the coupe and about $2.8 million for the convertible. So for a muscle car, that's obviously pretty crazy, but it is the fastest muscle car in the game with a top speed of 158 miles per hour, which is insanely impressive. Now its handling isn't the greatest. It has sort of like that traditional muscle car style handling, a little bit better, but still very traditional. But it's good enough to be the fastest car in the class for both lap time on most tracks and top speed as well. Continuing to number 2, we have the Reaver. So this bike has an insane top speed of 163 miles per hour when holding a wheelie, and the craziest part is that this bike isn't even an HSW vehicle. So this is essentially the fastest vehicle for old gen consoles and PC. The Reaver has a base price of $1.9 million, but honestly under $2 million for the fastest vehicle on old gen isn't that bad, all things considering. Now I will mention that the Reaver does suffer a bit in terms of handling and acceleration, where it sits around the pace of some of the OG top bikes like the Batty 801 and the Akuma for track performance, so that's why I personally recommend the HSW Hakuchou drag over this one because of its handling advantage. And lastly, before we move on to number 1, we have an honorable mention here, and that is the regular Gargoyle with the glitched wheel. So for those of you who don't know how this works, you need to fully upgrade the Gargoyle and then install one of the 11 large rear wheels, and that actually allows it to sort of speed glitch bounce while wheeling to reach an incredible top speed of 171.5 miles per hour, which makes it the fastest vehicle in the entire game, utilizing a specific upgrade to cause it to sort of speed boost in a way. Plus the bike only costs about $100,000, which is by far the best bang for the buck if you want to just go fast for cheap. And for those of you who don't know, the Rat Truck speed glitch, the Pop Tire speed glitch for all the different cars like the Entity and the 9F and all that, basically all the speed glitches that involve you holding your brakes were unfortunately patched about 2 years ago, so keep that in mind. This bike pretty much is the king of speed in GTA Online currently. But anyways, on to number 1, the fastest non-glitched vehicle in the entire game for top speed. We have the Grotti Italy GTO Stinger TT with the HSW upgrade. So the base price of this car is just under $2.4 million, and the HSW upgrade on top is about $1.4 million. So this car will cost you a ridiculous $3.8 million, plus the normal upgrades and such. Basically a $4+ million car, which is absolutely insane, but that's GTA Online inflation for you. Anyways, this one has a top speed of 168.5 miles per hour, making it the fastest car in the entire game. However, for track performance, the Panola Carrez with the HSW upgrade absolutely destroys it, since the handling of this car really isn't all that great, so keep that in mind. But anyways guys, there you have it. Those are the top 10 fastest vehicles in terms of top speed in GTA Online for 2024. And of course, if you're on old gen or you don't want to see the HSW cars in this list, check out the old gen video, which I'll leave linked down below in the pinned comment. But anyways, guys, definitely let me know whatever top 10 videos you guys want to see me do next. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.